أَمْرٌ أَكْبَرُ مِنَ الدَّجَّالِ. That from the day Adam alayhi salam was created until the day of Qiyamah, no other fitna is greater than the fitna of the coming of Dajjal. From the time of Adam alayhi salam until the day of Qiyamah. There is no other fitna greater than the fitna of Dajjal. Allahu Akbar. In another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, مَا مِن نَبِيٍّ إِلَّا قَدْ أَنذَرَ أُمَّتَهُ. Every Nabi that came warned their followers of the coming of Dajjal. हर नबी जो दुनिया में आया, उसने दज्जाल की बात कौम के सामने खोल दी. Every Nabi, from Adam alayhi salam to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And that fitna is to transpire, it is still to come. So much so that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would seek refuge from the trials and tests of Masih al-Dajjal even in his salah. According to some of the narration, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his posture of at-tahiyyat, after reading at-tahiyyat and durood, he would read, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min azabi jahannam, wa min azabi al-qabr, wa min fitnati al-mahya wal-mamat, wa min fitnati sharri Masih al-Dajjal. Aw kama qala alayhi salatu wassalam. That he would seek refuge from the fire of Jahannam, from the difficulties of the grave, from the trials and tribulation of life and after death, and also from the coming of Masih al-Dajjal in his salah. And no one here is brave enough to say, I'll take him on. I'll take him on. Aane to do, main kafi hu uske liye. Nobody can say that. In fact, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in a hadith has mentioned, Man sami'a ad-Dajjal falyana'an. If any one of you hears that Dajjal has come, then run away from him. Run away from him. Don't even get close to him. Don't even think that I will succeed in challenging him. Don't even get close to him. Run away from him. فَلْيَنَعَنْ. Go away from him. It is not in your power. His magic will overpower you. In the hadith it comes, Man adrakahu minkum falyaqra fawatiha surat al-Kahf. That is why we have a lot of people who routinely recite Surah Al-Kahf every Friday. And one virtue is that Usima min ad-Dajjal. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said that when you read Surah Al-Kahf, you will be saved from the fitna of Dajjal. From the fitna of Dajjal. Allahu Akbar. There is no power. The Americans won't have the power to take him on. No daisy cutter, no missile, no smart bombs will be there to take out this man who is Dajjal. People will flock to him. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, he will visit every city on the face of this earth. Every city. Except for the Haramain al-Sharifain. لها يومئذ سبعة أبواب. On the day of when Dajjal comes at that time, Medina Munawwara will have 7 entries. على كل باب ملكان. And at every gate of Madinatul Munawwara, you will have 2 angels. And so, the only cities that are protected is the Haram and Madinatul Munawwara. Subhanallah. And where will he come out from? In the hadith, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, يخرج الدجال من أرض قبل المشرق يقال له خراسان. A place which is known as Khurasan in the east. And you see, east is something that is full of fitna. East. You will have Gog and Magog, the Gog and Magog fitna. They will come, and where are they? It is mentioned about Hazrat Zulqarnain and that entire episode. Where are Gog and Magog? जिसको हम याजूज माजूज कहते हैं. Some have referred to it as being close to Mongolia, and you see Mongolia is a country very, very quiet. You don't hear about Mongolians. And you had Genghis Khan and Mongolian people who came out, and the massacre that they committed destroyed everything about Islamic history, destroyed the books. The rich Islamic history was destroyed. But Allah works in mysterious ways. They embrace Islam, Musliman. Subhanallah. And so fitna is in the east. So from Khurasan, Dajjal will come. And he will touch every city. The Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Arctic Ocean will not be a barrier for Dajjal. It's not barrier for us today. We fly by planes. What will it be for Dajjal, who will be the biggest magician of his time? In the hadith it comes that his speed, kal-ghaisi, is a stadbarathu rih, like the clouds that are pushed and driven by fast winds. If you see a cloud, 1 minute it's here, the next minute it covers miles and miles and it's on the other side. Kal-ghais. And it will float. It will float. And this man, Dajjal, will go with his people. And who will be his followers? 70 ألفا من اليهود يخرجون معه 70 ألفا من اليهود. In the hadith it comes that 70,000 from the Jewish community will be the first to embrace him, to accept him. Now some of you might have a question that why Jewish community? You have Christians, you might have other non-Muslims. Why specifically the Jewish community? Well, in the Jewish scriptures, it was mentioned that two Masih will come. Two Messiahs will come. One will be the true Masih, and the other one will be the false Masih. The true Masih and the false Masih. Unfortunately for the Jewish community, when the true Masih came, Masih Isa alayhi salatu was salam. And the word Masih, Muhaddiseen have given it different translation, commentary. In the case of Isa alayhi salatu was salam, he would touch people and heal them by masaha. And some have said Masih also means that person who is never stationed in any one area. The person who is constantly on the move. And when you see Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu was salam's life, he was never stationed. He was born in Baytul Laham, Bethlehem. But then, if you study the Bible, you will see the travels of Isa alayhi salam. He was continuously moving. The Roman army did not let him rest. Unlike Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was the king of kings. Like Musa alayhi salatu wassalam was a dominant person in Banu Israel. He was born in Makkah and he lived in Madinatul Munawwara, and Allah gave him that power and glory and fame, and Huzur alayhi salatu wassalam achieved everything in that short time of 63 years. So unfortunately, they took Isa alayhi salam to be the false Masih. And therefore they chased him and they plot to kill him. And this is what they have been doing. Allah says in the Quran, وَيَقْتُلُونَ النَّبِيِّينَ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ. That these were people who killed Anbiya alayhimus salam, assassinated Anbiya alayhimus salam. And how can one assassinate a Nabi? What reason can you give out? بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ ذَلِكَ بِمَا عَصَوْا وَكَانُوا يَعْتَدُونَ. They were transgressors. And they disobeyed the commands given to them. And now, because they have already understood that the false Masih has come and gone, aliyazu billah, who was Isa alayhi salatu was salam. So they await the coming of the true Masih, what they believe to be true, what they perceive as the true Masih. But in reality, he is Masihud Dajjal, the false Masih. So when he comes, willingly they will accept him. Willingly. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has explained that in the first instance he will claim to be a prophet with his magic. The magic that will be displayed in front of people. And he will say that I am a Nabi, a prophet, believe in me. And then in the latter part of his life, he will say, I am Rabb. Like what Fir'aun said, Ana Rabbukum al-A'la. And I am God. And you worship me. It is said that when Fir'aun would come out from his palace, everyone would prostrate him. Everyone would prostrate him. And so this is what Dajjal will say, that you prostrate me, I am your God. I am God. This is what he will say. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Allah save us. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, وَإِنَّ الْمَسِيحَ الدَّجَّالِ أَعْوَرُ عَيْنِ الْيُمْنَى, that from his right eye he will be blind. He can't see properly. And Allah's Nabi has said, look, you don't worship that God who is blind. كَأَنَّهُ عِنَبَةٌ طَافِيَةٌ. In the hadith it comes like a swollen grape. Something that pops out, but blind. And with the other eye, it will just be a skin that will be covering. So basically it will be one eye that will be disabled. And the other eye will have like a skin covered. Jufalu sha'r, very hairy, very hairy. Woolly haired, woolly hair. Not the dreadlocks, but a lot of hair, a lot of hair. Someone very strong in his physique, very powerful when he will be walking. Subhanallah, every detail has been given to us. Maktubun bayna aynayhi kafara. Allah's Nabi has said 3 digits will be visible on his forehead. Kafir, 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 kafir. Yakra'uhu kullu Muslim. Allah's Nabi has said every Muslim will have the power to read that. Kafir, that this person is a kafir. And he will come with his awesome magic and power. Allahu Akbar. It is said he will come close to Madinatul Munawwara. He will, as he enters Jaziratul Arab, he will meet some Bedouins. And he will say to the Bedouins that why don't you worship me? And the Bedouin will say, why should we worship you? What is your proof? And the Bedouin the Dajjal will say, if I bring your parents alive who have passed away, and if they declare me to be the God that they worshipped, will you believe me? In the hadith it comes, فَيَتَمَثَّلُ لَهُ الشَّيْطَانَانِ فِي سُورَةِ أَبِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ. Shaitan will be operating with him, you see. And through Shaitan, he will take Dajjal to the area where the parents have been buried. And this picture will be projected for them, that as if the graves have been split open. And Shaitan, 2 Shaitans will come out in the form of mother and father. And in that form of mother and father of that person, the Bedouin, the Shaitan will say, Ya bunayya, oh my child, ittabi'uhu, follow him, فَإِنَّهُ رَبُّكَ, he is your Lord. He is your Rabb. Shaitan, Allah. This will be the difficulty at that time, my respected brother. David Copperfield kya hai? What is he? Compared. And sihr, magic, Allah save us today. A Muslim wants to do magic to his Muslim brother. When they see husband and wife getting on well, they will go to Astaghfirullah al-Azim. According to some of the fuqaha, those who practice magic are kafir. They're not Muslims, according to some of the fuqaha. And you go to some of the people and they'll say, right, how much money will you give me